Appleby International is a property firm. We are independent, we are unbiased in the selection of property that we offer to people. By being independent and unbiased, we make sure the property will meet people in their requirements of a tailor-made plan.
One of the pleasing aspects of the business is that some of our clients have been clients of Appleby's for over 40 years since the company began, and we also have clients that in fact were clients of my grandfather over 70 years ago. So there's been that continuity between our families and the respect that we have mutually for each other carries forward, and we undertake their real estate business today as we did over 70 years ago.
My job, or basically my role in the team, is to go out and source out all the properties all throughout Melbourne and Victoria as such. We look at all the demographics of the area and the growth. Our main criteria is capital growth and rental returns and scarcity of projects.
My role is the day-to-day management of the commercial industrial sector, which handles commercial industrial leasing of shops, offices and factories. The recent acquisition of a Melbourne CBD agent, Gray Johnson, has enabled us to expand our footing in the industrial commercial sector.
Property consideration and the correct portfolio planning needs to be done analytically. It's not a hit and miss philosophy. You need to have a hold program. You hold property on basis of about a 7 to 10 year period. Australia is the most isolated continent in the world. Through that isolation, it has created its own awareness and its own need to grow independently. And so therefore, whatever conflicts, whatever government political instability might occur in other countries does not apply to Australia.
Investing in the Australian property market is all about creating wealth, and creating wealth to be able to provide you with different lifestyle choices for the future.
As a foreign investor, you will need to apply to the Australian Treasury for FIRB approval. It is a smooth process as you complete the documentation and we submit it to the Treasury on your behalf and follow it through. It is important you appoint someone who knows about property law and will ensure your best interests are put first. It is for this reason we highly recommend a solicitor handle the conveyancing for your property investments.
My role entails looking after my investors and helping them with a plan of being able to achieve what they're looking at for future wealth creation. I very much enjoy the interactive part of making friends and travelling and meeting people and giving them the opportunities of what we've been able to achieve. Any success on their part when they follow a tailored plan, that's when we can actually celebrate together and find that you've been able to achieve what you were looking for.
Investing in the properties, what we've found, my wife and myself, is that we do have greater choices. It's allowed us to travel more. I've gone off and have my pilot licence so I can fly anywhere we want to go within the country. It's just made life so much easier and freer in making decisions on what we want to do.
It's important to identify that the first property that you're looking at acquiring is often the most important. We use technology extensively to help identify the first property and then being able to deliver the second and subsequent properties to build that portfolio. It's most important to look at ways in which that you can identify and mitigate risks. What happens if interest rates increase? What happens if your income ceases or that you can't lease the property? And it's important that we discuss these up front so we can put safeguards in place and measures in place that can protect you against potential risk. So we recommend that you take the opportunity to sit with us, ask us questions and become a partner with us over the longer term to help build your portfolio.
We like to make sure that our landlords have assurance in specific areas that they are looking after their needs, making sure that your property is maintained well. You need the right people managing your property. You need to make sure that you take specific cover out to look after your investment. Any old person can get you a tenant, but it's getting the right tenant and not the first tenant, and making sure that you have the long-term outcome that you're looking for.
One of the key issues of Australia is actually its educational facilities and the arrangement of that education being institutions that are dotted around parts of all capital cities. You have an opportunity to be able to go to university in many areas, and so therefore part of the growth of Australia in its property prices is what's called a ripple effect. You need to know, why is your property going to grow? It's based on population growth. Throughout Australia, all capital cities have been growing. However, the main area of growth has actually been Melbourne, Victoria. In Melbourne, we are seeing an average of 860 plus people per week coming through natural birth, through immigration, migration generally. And so it's the underpinning of population growth that actually then creates a capital growth.
I'm the General Manager of Sunland here in Victoria, and we're closely aligned to Appleby International in terms of our sales. Sunland is very much a design-led group. We have recently won the RAIA award for the Victorian Architecture Awards for a multi-unit development, which is Eve, which we're sitting in today. And it's the first time ever that a multi-unit development has actually won the award. So it's a huge milestone in our company's history.
My name is Michael Dibb. I'm the Managing Director of Blue Earth Group. We're a family company. We specialise in property development. We've formed a great relationship with Appleby International. Predominantly, they're a family company. Now they're involved in marketing the Allegro Apartments. Basically, the Allegro Apartments project is a 10-storey, 98 apartment project in the western suburbs of Melbourne. The project is going very, very well, thanks to Appleby.
Most developers have one property and they try to fit that property into your needs. It doesn't work. Don't sign anything until you know that you are guaranteed to have full protection. Beware of business people who are either dishonest or incompetent. It could cost you your financial lifeline and security. Consumer protection is an area that is not covered in offshore law with buying Australian property. apicp.org will lead you to an understanding of the pitfalls and the cautionary areas and the Beware campaign that is being conducted to make sure the security is offered.